Hey guys, and welcome back to the Girly Girl podcast. So today I'm trying something new with my audio and how I'm recording this. So let me know if it doesn't sound as crunchy, because I feel like in the trailer and then the first episode, the sound was a little, not the best. So sorry about that. I'm trying to record it on my phone right now to see if that'll make the audio quality any better, because I originally did it on my computer/laptop and it really just did not sound the best, so just let me know. Okay, so to start off, we're going to be doing the best and the worst of the week. So this week was pretty interesting, I guess, to say the least. Well, I had my first day of school. But for my best of the week, I had two things. First of all, I painted my nails and they look super cute. It's this light baby pink and it's from Sally Hansen. It's the her Miracle Gel line, and it's super great and it stays on really long. And then I also used the gel activating top coat on it. And it just looks really cute, and I'm super excited because usually when I paint my nails, they look really awful, and I'm not the best at it. Usually, I'm a regular person who will have gel nails on, but because of Corona, I haven't been able to do that. So finally, I painted my nails and didn't get anything really on the outside, and they look pretty decent. So that was a big accomplishment. And as I said, I had two bests of my week. So another happy moment I had was going swimming at a pool at my friend's apartment complex, and it was really fun. It was super sunny, and we were safe and social distancing, but it was really nice to spend time outside and to hang out with him. So moving on to the worst of my week, it was most definitely my physics homework. So as I said, I recently just started school and I had my first day on Thursday. And that meant homework, classes, school stress, anxiety, the gist, everything back to school related. But so for physics, I've never been very good at science. I would definitely say it's my worst subject. I've never really understood it. I'm not very good at applying knowledge, I would say. Also, I'm not a person who likes just having one answer. I like English and history. Math is okay. Don't really enjoy it, but I'm not the worst at it. Science, not my thing. So anyway, I had physics homework. We had to graph something, and I was super confused. The instructions were really unclear. I'm doing school online. My school is doing a hybrid model, so I was the only online person in this physics class, so it was really confusing. I kind of had to learn it myself. I had to Google stuff. I contacted a friend who took AP Physics, but I got so anxious and I started crying, and it was not very fun, but I got it done, so now it's finished, but it was definitely a low of my week. And also, before I get into the main gist, the main meat of this episode, don't forget to leave a review down below if you're enjoying what I'm posting, and make sure to subscribe. Okay, so as I said a minute or two ago, my school's doing a hybrid model, meaning they're letting you decide if you want to do in person or online. And since my dad is high risk because he has asthma and he's also on the older side, my mom is wanting me to do online, so that's what I'm doing. But the majority of school is in person, so that means there's only about 1 to 3 kids doing online in each class I have. And so far for the first 2 weeks, they have a modified schedule. So we're pretty much just going for half day, and the classes are shorter. They're on Thursday and Friday, they were about 25 minutes. It was just orientation stuff. It was it was fine, but it was just really weird. And pretty much my school doesn't really know what we're doing, and I go to a private school, so they were able to go against what the Kentucky governor said when he suggested that all schools start online until September 28th, but all the private schools in my area chose to start in person. And even there's a Catholic high school where I live, and they already have a few cases. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not sure how long everybody will remain in person, but hopefully it'll turn all online just because that's the safest option, and it'll help us keep everyone safer and all the cases down. So my experience with school, high school, online school, is that I've always been pretty good at school. Academically, I like doing homework. I know that's weird, but I do. It gives me something to do. I think it's fun. I don't mind it. I like studying. But socially, not the best. But that's okay. We all have things that we can improve on. But just because I like school doesn't mean that I don't get stressed and overwhelmed, because I do. And back to school during a pandemic is freaking hard and scary, especially if you're going back in person. And for me, back to school has always been filled with anxiety, whether it be in person or online this year. When I'm in person, I always worry about what am I going to wear? How are my new teachers going to be? What's going to be different? Am I prepared? And, just other things to overthink. I just overanalyze everything. Since I've gone through so many back-to-school seasons, I've gathered some helpful advice that'll make your first few weeks at school a heck of a lot easier, and that will just ease some anxiety. So before I get into it, we're going to take a little water break. So this is your reminder to drink some water today. I'm drinking out of my light blue Hydro Flask, which is my absolute favorite. I talk about it on my blog all the time. People probably are getting annoyed with me, but honestly, it's just my favorite. Okay, sorry. Let's get into the advice. So first thing is that, honestly, no one cares what you're wearing. Literally nobody. So just be comfortable and wear something that makes you feel like yourself, something that you feel confident in, but something that's also practical. Like, if your school's always cold or you always get cold, don't go to school wearing a t-shirt and a skirt. Like, that is just not going to work. It's not going to work. You're just going to feel uncomfortable all day, and that will not help with any stress or anxiety you might have. Since I usually run cold, I like to wear a pair of pants and a shirt, or I'll always make sure to keep a jacket or a sweatshirt in my bag just in case I need to quickly throw that on. Number 2 is that your teachers will tell you everything you need to know about the supplies you will need and what your course will be like. So there's no need to worry about what you should be doing if you need to be doing anything over the summer, because if you did, they would tell you. If they didn't, that's their fault, and you're not behind, you're just where everyone else is. But if you don't understand something, then reach out to your teacher. This is so underrated, reaching out. It's just, if you don't understand, you can't expect to get anything done. Just ask them. They're there to help you, and that's what their job is. Next, do your summer reading. I know some people will tell you you can just get by reading Spark Notes or something, but don't do it. You cannot skip this. You will feel much more confident and comfortable in class if you're actually prepared. So this means doing your summer reading, reading the books, and reviewing your reading before school starts. And to review, you can use Spark Notes, but only to review, not to understand the whole book. Don't do that. Or you can watch videos on YouTube about book summaries to gain more knowledge or a bigger picture for things you don't understand. You can also, while you're reading, write chapter summaries. This is a little bit of extra work, but it'll definitely help in the long run. I've done this in past years and it is super helpful, and I'm definitely grateful when school starts. Number 4, eat breakfast. Do not skip your meals. Breakfast will help you stay more focused during the day, and if you don't want to eat a lot, then you can just make oatmeal or a fruit bowl. Recently, over summer, my favorite breakfast has been some chopped up fruit such as cantaloupe or bananas, or I'll make a berry bowl with strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and bananas, and then you just add some peanut butter, or if you're allergic, you could pretty much add whatever, maybe granola or something. I like peanut butter, it's pretty good. And then I also add chia seeds, which adds a little bit of extra protein, and some cinnamon because I love cinnamon. It's so yummy. And you just need to make sure your breakfast is on the healthy side and not filled with so much sugar. For school breakfast, it has to be something quick and easy. You could also make a smoothie, do some overnight oats, anything simple and easy. If you have extra time, you should definitely also try bacon and eggs. That helps, but I know if you're like me and have a sensitive stomach when you're anxious, that might not be the best idea. You can also always bring snacks to school. I know maybe right now you might not be able to due to COVID and some new regulations, but you can bring it in your bag, so in case on the car ride to school or from school, you can just have something to snack on so you don't have an empty stomach. I really like Cliff Bars. My favorite flavor is the chocolate chip. It is super yummy. And I also like Go-Go Squeezes, pretty much just any of your favorite snacks that you like and that you know that you will actually eat. Number 5 is that everyone is just as overwhelmed as you are. You need to have this mindset shift, because if you think you're the only one who's worried or stressed about the start of school, that's just not accurate or true. Everyone is. Especially if there's new students, they're probably even more overwhelmed than you are. You just need to focus on yourself and remember that you are in the same position as everyone else. And this can be really humbling and grounding, because it'll make you feel like your problems aren't as big as they might seem to be. And you're not the only one who's worried or nervous. And if you know someone else who's also worried, you can, such as a friend from school, you should definitely talk to them. Or if you don't know anyone like that, then you could talk to a family member or therapist. If you have too much anxiety about school, then you should definitely try talking about it. And it especially helps if this person goes to your school, so then you can talk about school-related things, school-related stress, maybe social situations, teachers you share. Maybe you both have a teacher who has no idea what they're doing. I'm sure many teachers are at this point just because they're having to adapt to new environments, which I totally sympathize with, but it's a struggle for everyone, students and teachers alike. But if you don't feel comfortable talking to someone you know really personally, such as a friend or family member, you could try going to a school counselor or a therapist. It really doesn't matter who you talk to. The point is just that you're talking about your feelings and you're just letting it out so it doesn't build up. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to anyone at all, maybe you like to keep things to yourself. I know sometimes I do. So what I do instead is to write it down. So you can journal about how school makes you feel, what you're worried about, maybe some complicated friend or family situations, whatever. And to do this, you don't need any fancy materials, just a pen, a pencil, some paper, or you could even use something on your computer like Google Drive or the notes section in your phone. And if you don't feel comfortable writing, or you don't like writing, maybe you think it takes too long, it hurts your hand, whatever, you can also record voice memos. So you can do this on your phone, and this is just a really helpful way just to get everything out by talking things through, and then maybe you could listen back to it and see, wow, maybe this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. You also need to focus on your classes and not as much everything social going on around you. Social anxiety is a real thing, and coming back to school can make it so much harder. So the first few weeks of school, just trying to focus, getting prepared for your classes, making sure you understand everything, getting to know your teachers, and focus on what you need to get done for your classes before worrying about what someone is going to say about your outfit or who you're going to sit with at lunch. Because honestly, your classes, the actual school, matter a lot more than what's going on socially. And just some final tips before I go and you guys continue the rest of your day. Remember that you are so freaking amazing. You are loved. You are just such a great person, and you can do it. It's just high school. It's honestly just high school. And in 10 years, none of it's gonna matter. You're not gonna remember anyone, maybe a few of your close friends. You probably won't be in touch with most people. What you wore on Thursday, August, whatever, is not gonna matter. Who cares? What you said to that boy is not going to matter. If you tried to shoot your shot and get rejected, that is not going to matter. If anything, you'll just have a bunch of funny stories that you can talk about with your kids or your college friends or anyone you become friends with later in life. So just remember to make the most of it and let the silly little things go. And I know this is a lot easier said than done, but today I'm challenging you to do so. I challenge you to let the little things go and to make the most of your high school experience, because it's only 4 years. So why not make the most of it? And just remember to check out my blog, carmen.com. It'll be linked in the description below, and make sure to join my newsletter. I give some personal things out. I talk about what's been going on with my week. I give you links to my blog posts, to the newest episode of my podcast, so you'll always stay updated. And if you want to contact me, you can send emails to thegirlygirlpodcast at gmail.com. You can also send an email if you have any questions or need some advice. And as I said before in my first episode, I really want to start doing personal segments about giving you guys advice, what you need help with, what you're struggling with. So if you want to participate in that and be featured, you can send me an email and I'll discuss it anonymously in a future episode. You can also send an audio clip describing your situation in under 1 minute that I will feature when discussing your issue. And to do this, you can click the link in the description below and you'll find how to do that. And it's super easy, super simple. And again, please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast so you can stay updated whenever I post on whatever platform you choose to listen to. And leave a review down below if you enjoyed today's episode. And I really hope that this episode will help you deal with your stress, overwhelm, and make your back to school experience so much better. Okay, bye girly girls. See you next week.